Welcome back to Blind Nation podcast here on Spreaker. Glad to be here. Hopefully everybody is doing well on this wonderful day. It is beautiful out. The sun is shining. It is just nice weather, guys. Hopefully everybody's doing okay today. You are either picking this up through YouTube. If you are, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Or you're listening to this through the wonderful Spreaker. And this podcast is a little different today because, I read all my comments coming from either Spreaker, and I also read them coming from YouTube. And I love getting feedback because it allows me to really see, how people feel, what they think about different things, different videos that I do, podcasts that I do. And I'll be honest, I've always gotten good feedback. I've always gotten support from my listeners, subscribers, followers, and etc. But I read a comment today on my YouTube, and it said that Edward Hubbard had talked about me on his podcast. Now, granted, I didn't go listen to it. I did not listen to it for the simple fact of just not feeding into any type of drama. The most that I got out of it was that he was talking about me, talking about Roasted Studio. I did 2 videos, I believe, on Roasted Studio on YouTube. Of course, the second video was on a show that I did that most people know of, the Old Man Rogers show that I do. And the first one was a serious one. Now, the second one was just pretty much joking and just, made a act up of it and, just being silly. But the first one was serious. The first one was serious emotions. It was a serious opinion. And I laid down my serious view on it. In correspondence to that, the whole reason for any of it was due to Roasted Studio making a video on Charlie Chill. And the video was Charlie Chill giving a shout out for me for Blind Nation on YouTube, which was a very nice thing that he did. And, I appreciate that. But Roasted Studio had labeled it as Charlie Chill did a favor for a disabled fan, a disabled YouTuber. My response was only in regards to her labeling Blind Nation / the disabled community the way that she did. And Edward Hubbard, if you're listening, you can agree or disagree. I even sent you an email explaining this to you. And however you take it is up to you. But what I will not do is I will not argue with people. I will not continuously belittle people or call names out to people. And I'm not going to do that to you either, Edward. I'm not going to do it. I just think that when you're going to talk about someone, make sure you know both sides of the story before you jump into conclusions. Now, you can say, oh, no, you're just being immature about it. It's not a big deal. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, 100%, it was a big deal, and it did matter to me and a lot of other people. Now, you can like that, or you can be against that. And you can say whatever you wish. That is the beauty of having your own podcast, having your own channel, and being in this wonderful country, the United States. The freedom to speak. The freedom to say what you think. The right to say what you think. But, if you want to be against somebody for standing up for something that was right, then where does that put you? What category is that putting you in? For you to say that I'm wrong or whatever you said, I don't even know what you said. I just know you were talking about the whole ordeal of me talking about her, and you evidently having a problem with that. From my understanding, you have a problem with a lot of people. And, you know, where is YouTube going these days, folks? Where is YouTube going? Someone said, you know, we was talking about the YouTube ads and things changing with that, and that, you know, ads not going on certain videos. And I must agree. If you placed an ad, would you want it to go on half these videos that go out there anymore? Because anymore it's just people attacking other people. People feeding off other people, and all the fighting and all the hate going across the YouTube board is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not, I'm not claiming to be no innocent person. I fed into that a couple times, but I also wisened up and I got out of that. And I said, you know what, it's not my right. It's not my position. It's not my place. And I don't want to build my community that way. I don't want to build my channel that way. And so I stopped it. Yes, I did respond to a couple videos about the disabled. Of course I did. I've worked with the blind community for over 5 years, and regardless, when it comes to any type of situation like it, I'm going to stand up for it. And I don't think not one person would disagree with me. Not one person. Bottom line, and this is all I'm going to say about it, Roasted Studio had no right to put the disabled labeled as being disabled YouTubers or a disabled fan, or putting Blind Nation out as a disabled fan. It was immature. So that is the only message I wanted to put out to you, Edward. You know what? And here's the thing. If I was about the drama, my gosh, with everything that I hear, you know, there's so much crap that gets said about people. I'm sure I'm in on that mix. Edward, people talk bad about you. People talk bad about me. People talk bad about Cow Pie. People talk bad about Pick-a-Boy. People talk bad about Charlie Chio. People talk bad about Bridget West. People talk bad about Angry Grandpa. When in reality, why not just do your own thing, enjoy what you do, make good content, have fun, and be happy. That's where I stand. And my message to you, Roasted Studios, I said it before, I'm not against you. I'm not out to get you through YouTube or through my podcast. I don't hate you, because I hate no one. You know, if you got offended by what I said, I don't see where it's fit for me to apologize when I was nowhere in the wrong. So I'm sorry that I can't apologize for that. What I can apologize for is you feeling the way you do. I can apologize for that. But you know, there's ways to say things and ways to put things without hurting other people or hurting other people's feelings. And someone say, oh, well, who cares about their feelings? They need to grow up. This isn't about growing up. It's about what's right and what's not. It's about what's right and what's wrong. So, again, I'm not going to be sitting here doing podcast after podcast about you, Edward Hubbard, or about you, Roasted Studio. I also said the same thing on YouTube about you, Roasted Studios. I'm not going to sit there and go on about you on YouTube. And I expect the same thing out of you guys. I do. You don't hear me trashing you on my videos. Didn't trash nobody. Just didn't agree with it. That's all. Matter of fact, I honestly think that Roasted Studios could do some really good videos. You got a good imagination, and sense of humor could probably be something that could be to your advantage. You could do some good stuff. Hubbard, I don't know enough about you to even have a very good opinion. Other than, if I went by everything I've heard, then my gosh, I wouldn't even want to say my opinion. But I don't go by that. I'm out to show people that I want to make it a good place. I want to make my channel a good place, a place people can view and not have to deal with all the hate. There's always hate on a lot of these videos. Always hate. Look at the battles between Cow Pie and Edward Hubbard. Look at well, I'm not going to get into that, but all I can say is no one really has the right to really start digging into somebody else's life the way that I see people doing it on different channels and stuff. There's a limit and there's a line. There's a line that's got to be drawn, and I've already drawn my line. I'm not going to cross it. I'm not going to sit there and battle with you guys. But I'm just simply saying that, why continue to talk about Blind Nation just because I stood up for the whole deal with the disabled? That's a good enough reason to put me out there. Then by gosh, put me out there. But I'm not out to fight with anybody. I don't disrespect anybody. I don't know you, Edward. I don't know you to judge you. The same with Roasted Studio. I don't know you to sit there and go on about you and judge you and do all this other stuff. I just know when that went down, I know what was right and what was wrong. I was not in the wrong. So, anyway, guys, I love every single one of you. Please be sure to leave your comments below if you're picking this up on YouTube. And if you're picking it up on Spreaker, by all means, follow me here. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Glad to have you guys. Love you guys. And let us continue to keep everything that's going on in our prayers with the United States, with North Korea. I've got a friend that is in South Korea. She is the daughter of my best friend, so that makes her my friend, right? So I'm hoping things don't get bad. I've got a bad feeling about it, but we hear so much that right now nobody knows what's really going to go down. There's so much media. Media can also twist a lot of things. Media can, so it's hard to say what really is going to happen. But let's just keep all this in our prayers at night and pray that not just us alone stays safe, but everybody. All the innocent people that don't deserve any of this violence and any deaths that could occur of this. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoy the podcast, and I'll be back again real soon. You guys take care, and until next time, just remember, if there's ever anything I can do to help you, send me an email, johnny@theblindnation.com, and I'll do whatever I can. Bye-bye.